And we'd like to welcome everyone into the Roger Kent Brothers Gymnasium here in Unionville, Tennessee, where we're about to get the contest underway between the Community Viqueens and the Forrest Rockets. So I will turn it over to the PA announcer for the national anthem and the starting lineups. And again, with that, we'd like to welcome you into Unionville, Tennessee. The starters for tonight for the Lady Rockets. It is number 5, Allie Dillon, number 15, Josie Brown, number 20, Alyssa Duval, number 21, Kaylin Pope, and number 22, Bailey Stallnecker. For Community, it is Maddie Maxey, Pearson, Haskins, Yose, and White as we're about to tip it off, and it is basketball time in Community. So the Viqueens win the tip, and Pearson with it on the left wing. Pearson will bring it out towards the top of the key, swing it over to Maxey. Now Maxey back to Pearson. And now waiting for someone to come open down low as White is battling down on the block. They'll keep it on the perimeter, finally get it down to her, spins. Yes! The kiss off the glass, and the score 2-0. So Lady Rockets with the first possession of the night, and their starting lineup as that shot will not go, high off the glass by number 22, Stallnecker. Looks a little different than when we visited them back in Chapel Hill. So Allie Dillon along with Josie Brown getting the start tonight as Maxey, three-pointer, and that one off the mark. Rebound goes to Yos. Yos, she'll take a three herself, and that one too strong off the back of the iron, and rebound is going to go to number 5, Allie Dillon. So Dillon, the freshman, will bring it up. And she will swing it over to number 20, that being Duval. Now they have it at the top of the key. Swinging it over to the right wing. And now they'll set up again is Allie Dillon. Stolen away from Maxey, by Maxey. She's got the ball, and right behind her is a wide open Yost. Puts it up. Yes! And the score, 4-0, 6:25 to go here in the first. On the elbow, handoff went to Stallnecker. Now they'll get it at the top of the key. Duval drives, and she'll kick it out. Three-pointer. Yes! Three-point basket by number 15, Josie Brown. And the senior knocks it down. Score now 4-3. Pearson with it on the left wing. Now back out to the top of the key. Swings it around to Haskins. Haskins, a little bit of a lazy pass. Able to contain by Maxey. Floater. And that one will not go. Rebound is knocked out of bounds, and it will go over to Chapel Hill. 5:49 to go here in the first. As the Lady Rockets trail by 1. Have it at the elbow, a long three-pointer, and that one off the back of the iron as that one will not go. Rebound goes to White. She'll give it off to Maxey. Haskins with it, thought about the three, drives, and puts that shot up, and that one's going to go out of bounds off of Chapel Hill, so it will stay with the girls from Unionville. So inbounding will be Maxey. Haskins, easy one, puts it up, won't go, rebound, and drew contact on the way up. So Haskins will go to the line. And Dillon called for the foul. That obviously her first, the team's first. So Haskins to the charity stripe. The free throw, yes. So the lone senior celebrating senior night. Toes the mark for the second attempt. Bottom. So the score, 6-3. As once again, the Lady Rockets bringing it across with Dillon. Stallnecker drives, puts it up. Yeah, well, it rolls out. Thought it was going to go down, but would not for Bailey Stallnecker. She was the lone bright spot for the Forrest Lady Rockets over in Chapel Hill. Pearson with it on the right wing. Cross court to Haskins. Haskins looking for White backside. She's got her, won't go, but she'll draw the foul and go to the line. So that infraction going to be on number 21, the senior Kaylin Pope. That is her first, team second, as White will go to the free throw line. And that one is true. Good night so far at the charity stripe, as Chapel Hill will make the substitution. And I'll get that number as soon as I can, as that one goes off the back of the iron but then finds its way down through the net. So into the ball game for the first time tonight, Camry Warner. She started when we took the trip 7 miles down. So she's into the game for the first time tonight. So Warner has it at the top of the key. And loses it momentarily, and now Haskins in the middle of it, going to be intertwined with one of the Lady Rockets who has called for the infraction, that foul being on number 20. Well, my apologies. I had Sadie Smith wearing number 2. PA announcer said it was 20. So maybe I do have it backwards. I apologize. This was the roster that I was given. So we'll try to get that cleared up as we go along. Yos has it. And that one intercepted as Stolnecker's got it. She's going to drive against Pearson, and I thought she traveled. Yes, sir. Stolnecker trying to go around Savannah Pearson on the defensive side and took the extra steps as Yos will come out of the contest, and into the ball game for the first time tonight is number 14, the sophomore, Madison Hill. 4:13 to go here in the first. 8-3 the lead by the purple and gold. As they'll swing it around the horn. Haskins with it. Back to Maxey. Free throw line. Now it's out to Pearson. Three-pointer. Bottom! Savannah Pearson. The 3 rattles home, and the score 11-3. So Warner will give it off. They'll try to answer with a 3. That one too strong. As the rebound going to go to Maddie Maxey. Will come back the other way with it. Quickly looking for Haskins. That one knocked away out of bounds, and it will stay with Community. So Haskins will inbound long for White. And now they lose it out of bounds, but it was knocked away, I believe, by Pope. So it will stay with the Viqueens as Maxey will inbound into the backcourt to Haskins. Haskins now to Pearson. Back over to Haskins. She'll swing it to Maxey on the left wing. Now she'll get it down to Hill in the corner. Nice look to White. Extra pass up top. Bottom! And a Haskins, the senior, with a wide open look. Great ball movement, and the score 14-3. Stolnecker drives baseline, kicks it out, three-pointer. That one off the back of the iron won't go. And now the ball is loose. A couple of ladies on the floor. And as they get done with the tug of war, it will stay with Forrest High School. 3:04 to go in the first quarter. Excellent start by the home squad, 14-3, as Sarah Flanagan will check in for whom? It will be Savannah Pearson. So we've got Haskins, Maxey, White, Flanagan, and Hill as Warner will bring it. Pope had it momentarily. Now swings it over to Brown. Now they drive down, cut off at the baseline, gets it back out to Brown. Now Warner with it at the top of the key. Swings it over. Three-pointer, and that one will not go by Stolnecker and misses the mark off to the left. Rebound goes to Hill. They'll quickly push it. Haskins, head fake, drives, baseline, loses control of it, but it goes into the hands of Hill, who gets the kiss off the glass. Timeout. Coach Wild will take the break. Our score 16-3. You're watching Viqueen basketball on senior night. So welcome back in. 2:30 to go here in the first. 16-3 is our score. And Forrest High School with possession of the basketball. Warner will bring it across the timeline and quickly gets it up at the elbow as that one is forced up by Pope, won't go. Rebound is contained by Hill. She'll bring it down to Haskins. Haskins on the left wing to Flanagan. Then he'll swing it around. Maxey back to Flanagan. As they are battling down low on the block, is White trying to gain some position. As Hill now has it, they'll swing it around the horn. Haskins wide open three, and that one hits the side of the rim and does not go home as we go under the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. So Warner will bring it across. Simple handoff to number 20, Smith. Then they'll go down low, and that one goes out of bounds as Warner had the basketball and she was on the baseline. So White will check out, and into the basketball game for the first time tonight is the junior, number 30, Morgan Pridmore. So Community with possession and the big early lead by 13. Maddie Maxey across the timeline. Gives it over to Hill. Hill will hand off to Flanagan. Pridmore flashes high, takes it to the top of the key. Now Hill with it on the left wing. Now to Maxey on the right. And she'll swing it. Flanagan down in the corner. And was looking for Pridmore. Was able to get it to her. Then it was knocked away. Excellent defense by Forrest as Stallnecker's coming back with it. Bailey Stallnecker then pulls up. That was a travel. Yes, sir. So the travel on number 20. Apparently Sadie Smith tonight instead of Alyssa Duval. Not sure why they would change jerseys in the middle of the season. But that's the information that I've been given. So if I am wrong on that end, I do apologize to our friends from Forrest High School as Haskins has it along the baseline. Excellent ball movement. And did Hill travel? Yes. Tried to fake going to the right, then went to the left and apparently shuffled the feet. As Chapel Hill has it, they'll inbound as we go under the 1 minute mark. 16-3 is our score. As Stallnecker has it at the top of the key, gives to Pope on the right. Now flashing high was Brown, back to Stallnecker, coming off somewhat of a screen, and she traveled. But is a foul going to be called first? She gets bailed out. As who is going to be the guilty party? And it will be on Sarah Flanagan, so that is her first. And that is the first team foul, I do believe, but they're going to say that she was in the act of shooting, so Stallnecker will go to the line, and the free throw is short. So the sophomore will try for the second attempt as the free throw is on the way, and that one rattles home and makes the score 16-4. 43 seconds to go. As Hill has it, she'll hand off to Flanagan. Flanagan coming around the horn, and that one is tipped, knocked away, but into the hands of Maxey, and now a kicked ball as we will still have possession with 31 seconds to go here in the first. So inbounded in the backcourt, Flanagan over to Maxey. Now 28 seconds. They'll swing it around as Hill had it momentarily. Now back to Flanagan. Thought about driving into the paint and simply throws it too low as it was knocked away by Stallnecker. And the official didn't get much grief on that one as it looked like maybe Maxey could have touched it on the way out, but he'll stay with the purple and gold. 15 seconds now. Handoff goes to Flanagan as Pridmore flashes high. Looks over, three-pointer. And that one's short of the mark. Hill couldn't quite get enough underneath it. And it will stay with Community. So 5 seconds as Maxey will inbound under their own basket. Haskins, three-pointer. And that one is short of the mark. And now it is out of bounds. The clock did not run apparently because there's still 4 seconds remaining. And there was 5 to begin the possession. So in my opinion, the quarter should be over. We'll see what the officials decide. As one of them is making his way over to the scores table now. Maybe they will award Forrest with a second or two. We shall see. Well, they're going to be generous, give them 3 seconds from half court. The shot, and that one will not go. So we have played one, and it's exactly what we thought. The score is 16-4. Viqueens win it. Viqueens are winning. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Bella Chic Boutique, located at 300 North Britton Street in Shelbyville, Tennessee, offers fabulous style with all the latest fashions. We also offer seasonal attire to celebrate all major holidays. Getting ready for the big game? Yeah, we have you covered there too. We also carry all the items you'll ever need to complete your ensemble. Bella Chic Boutique. Look good, feel good, dress good. So welcome back in, second quarter action. Just going to update you real quick
On the district standings, of course, Cascade has the top spot at 6-1. Loretto 4-2, Summertown 3-3, Community 3-4, and Forrest at 0-6. So Community, and I won't go through all the tiebreakers, but still a possibility to gain third place. So definitely want to come away with a victory tonight. Would want to win regardless. Yo's with it. Down in the corner to Maxie. She'll get it down low, puts it up, and White cannot get it to go home. As we'll come back with it the other way are the Lady Rockets. And Stallnecker, a foul's going to be called on Pearson. So she turned her back to the basket. And apparently a reach in on Pearson. So that is her first foul. As that one inbounded. And pulling up at the elbow. And now they'll swing it back out up top. So back to Allie Dillon as a tough screen set at the top of the key. Nothing called. A lot of contact. As Stallnecker now will simply just hand off. So Dillon has it and was trying to get it to Brown over on the left wing, and a foul is called as she was prevented from getting position to the basketball. And Maddie Maxey called for the foul. That is her first foul and the second team foul. As Stallnecker has it, gives off to Pope. Now Pope gives to number 5, Dillon. Now to Brown. Brown back to Dillon. Dillon cut off as Stallnecker trying to gain advantage into the paint, pulls up her dribble and has to leave it for Brown. Now Brown will give off to Dillon, and Dillon will come around off the screen, drives in, and kicks it back out to three-point land. Stallnecker didn't take it. Brown will, and that one off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Haskins as a foul is called as she was shoved, trying to pull that one down. And Dillon is the one to be called for the infraction. So 6:45 to go here in the second. 16-4 is our score. Community has been in control of the basketball game since the very beginning. Pearson with it and finds Yos. Yos now gives over to Maxey. Thought about the three-pointer. Now she'll swing it back over to Yos. Yos now Maxey wide open. Three. Bottom! Maddie Maxey, the sophomore, drives in the dagger, and the score now 19-4. As into the basketball game for the first time for Chapel Hill, as a lot of contact. That's going to be an offensive foul. That on, and I'm trying to get my eyes on the jersey number. This is tough. Blue numbers on black jerseys. So I will get that information for you as soon as I can get it. I do apologize. I cannot make out the number on the back of her jersey. As that one swung over to Pearson, three-pointer, and that one off the mark. Rebound going to go to the Lady Rockets. As Stallnecker with it, three-pointer, and that one off the back of the iron, hits the backboard. And now underneath, finally coming away with it is Maddie Maxey. She'll push it. Haskins with it on the right wing. Back to Maxey. As Yos had it momentarily on the left. And the jersey number on Chapel Hill, it looks like 25, but it may be 24. I'm going to assume that that is Howells down there as we swing it around. Haskins, three-pointer, and that one off the front of the rim, but that should have been a foul against Chapel Hill, yes. As Allie Dillon was pushing off on Pearson. So if I'm not mistaken, that is the third foul on that young lady. As the handoff goes to Maxey, drives the paint, puts it up, and draws the contact. So she'll go to the line for two. As, wow, Dillon called for the foul. Two back-to-back right there. Quickly, she has four. So early foul trouble for the freshman, Allie Dillon. So they'll quickly get Warner back in for her. As that one will not go, and Chapel Hill coming back with it. And I did just get some eyes on that jersey number. It is 35, which is not on my roster, so I do apologize as that one goes down low and counted in the foul as they were able to get it down to number 23, Sienna Borba, the junior, and she puts it off the glass, and we'll see if she can complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And that free throw goes home. So the score, 27, as we go under the 5-minute mark. Yos hands off to Pearson. Pearson drives to the paint at the elbow, kicks it across to Haskins. Haskins now to Maxey. They'll swing it around the horn. Yos looking low for White. Gets it to her. Yes, counted in the foul! As it goes up and off the square. So White sends it home, and she'll get to have the chance to add on here with the score being 22-7. So Stallnecker with it. Hands off to Warner. Warner now back to number 20, that being Smith. The drive cut off by Yos and White, and now Warner trying to go down in there among the trees. Finally hands off, can't get that one to go off the glass, is Bailey Stallnecker, and now we'll come back with it the other way. Yos with it, swings it across. Haskins hands off to Pearson. Gives it to Yos. Yos, Haskins, three-pointer. And that one will not rattle home as Chapel Hill has the rebound. And then they'll look over to get the call from Coach Wild. Again, the head coach tonight for Chapel Hill is John Wild. And, of course, for the Community Viqueens, head coach Cody Pierce, along with assistant coaches Misty Thompson and Aaron Wood, as Hill will check back in and Pearson will have a seat. Already 5 team fouls on Chapel Hill, so they will have some struggles here the last 3 minutes and a half, as the Viqueens will shoot free throws on every infraction, as that one is thrown deep but knocked away along the baseline. It will stay with the purple and gold. So Haskins with it. Inbounds to Maxey. They'll go back to Anna Haskins, who tried to drive baseline. Should have been a foul called. Another foul not called. My word, they're letting it go. And finally a whistle sounds. But Mr. Official, it was for the wrong side, as Haskins was trying to drive baseline and was cut off and not allowed to with a hip check that would have been called in hockey, and then fouled on the way up. So 3:12 to go, 22-7 is our score, as Warner gives off and a foul is called in front of the shooter. So the foul going to be called on Haskins. So now both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. So we'll have a free throw shooting contest for the last 3:07 until halftime, as that free throw rattles home. Again, my apologies. Number 35 is the young lady at the line, and the roster that was given to me by Forrest only has numbers going up to 31. So I'm not sure who that young lady is, but she gets that to go home, and the score now 22-9. I will try my best at halftime to pick up who 35 is and decide the difference between 20 and 2. Yo's three-pointer, and that one off the mark to the left, as the rebound taken by Chapel Hill. So slowing it down is Warner. And now Smith had it momentarily. She'll give back to Camry Warner, the senior, as she'll back it out and try to bark out some instructions. Pushes off on Maxey a tad bit, nothing called. As number 23, Borba, has it. She drives, but then she'll kick it out, a three-pointer. And a travel is called on Borba before she's able to dish it off. And now Pearson will check back in for Community, and Brooklyn Yos will have a seat. 2:24 to go here until halftime. 22-9 is our score. As Maxey will bring it across the timeline, dumps it off to Hill. Hill gives over to Pearson. Pearson now drives in the paint, kicks it out. Maxey swings it to Haskins. Haskins will now get it out to Maxey. Hill's got it at the top of the key, and they'll go back around to the right-hand side, and now back to the top of the key. The Forrest fans in front of me wanting a travel call. Did not get it, as Hill now will give to Pearson. Pearson trying to get it to White. Finally gives it to Maxey on the right side. She drives baseline. Floater won't go. And rebound going to be pulled down by Bailey Stallnecker, as she will bring it back for Chapel Hill. She'll leave it. Three-pointer. And that one will not go for number 20, Smith, as Community with possession. 1:35 to go now until the halftime break. Haskins, head fake, drives in the paint, puts it up, won't go. Rebound White. She had to be called for the foul, as she shoved one in front, reached her arms over the top, and 2 shots will be awarded to someone out of that rugby scrum. And again, it will be the young lady wearing number 35. And now the official intervenes, as we had no one down there on the block in the lane. So now we've got everybody set as we await the free throw attempt, and that one too strong, as Flanagan will check back in for Community along with Pridmore. And for Forrest, it'll be number 15, Josie Brown, along with number 5, Allie Dillon. So a little bit of a gamble there, putting back Dillon in this early. 4 fouls already on Allie as that free throw goes. Now Pridmore will officially come in, and back into the game for Forrest will be number 21, Kaylin Pope. So Maxey looks over at head coach Cody Pierce. And now we're set. Pearson with it. She'll swing it across. 1:15 and counting, as Hill has it on the left. And now they'll go around the horn, and Maxey will back it out, as we're trying to see what we can do here against this 2-3 zone. So taking plenty of time, as now we officially go under a minute. The score 22-10, as Pearson has it. She'll swing it across. Flanagan. And we may very well be trying to waste this entire last minute of time, as Maxey again picks up the dribble, but finds Hill at the top. And now a lot of pressure from Chapel Hill, as the ladies double teaming at the point of attack, and a foul's going to be called, and that will result in the free throws. So Stallnecker called for the infraction. That is her second, as Maddie Maxey will be the one to benefit off the foul and get the attempt. So the free throw, yes. And we have a score of 23-10, 28 seconds, as Maddie Maxey will toe the mark, and that one too strong. Rebound is loose, and Forrest with it. So Dillon will look over at Coach Wild and get the signal, as we have 20 seconds to go. Handoff, nice play there, and I thought there should have been a foul, but apparently Pridmore able to knock that one out of bounds. So a clean play there by Morgan Pridmore, as now we await the inbounds with 15 seconds. Pearson knocks that one away, and she's able to save it. We're off and running. Flanagan with it. Yes! The kiss off the glass. 5 seconds. Chapel Hill with it. Will they get a shot off? They do, and that one too high off the backboard. And a little lackluster first half, but it's in our favor, and we'll take it. 25-10 is our score. We've got to thank the sponsors. We'll hope you'll be back for the second half. You're watching Viqueens Basketball on the Ball Network.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you belong. It's your people, your school, and your community. That's why I'm proud to support our community Vikings and Viqueens this season. Even if I can't shoot like them, I can still sell your house.
So Sudbury, located at 617 Parson Road in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is your one-stop shop for everything purple and gold. The Spirit Store has all things in every sport. Do you need new gear with the new community logos? So Sudbury has you covered. They have the new logos on all items and anything else you can imagine. So Sudbury, when it comes to quality, it must be so.
Bella Chic Boutique, located at 300 North Britton Street in Shelbyville, Tennessee, offers fabulous style with all the latest fashions. We also offer seasonal attire to celebrate all major holidays. Getting ready for the big game? Yeah, we have you covered there too. We also carry all the items you'll ever need to complete your ensemble. Bella Chic Boutique. Look good, feel good, dress good.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you belong. It's your people, your school, and your community. That's why I'm proud to support our community Vikings and Viqueens this season. Even if I can't shoot like them, I can still sell your house.
So Sudbury, located at 617 Parson Road in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is your one-stop shop for everything purple and gold. The Spirit Store has all things in every sport. Do you need new gear with the new community logos? So Sudbury has you covered. They have the new logos on all items and anything else you can imagine. So Sudbury, when it comes to quality, it must be so.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you belong. It's your people, your school, and your community. That's why I'm proud to support our community Vikings and Viqueens this season. Even if I can't shoot like them, I can still sell your house.
Bella Chic Boutique, located at 300 North Britton Street in Shelbyville, Tennessee, offers fabulous style with all the latest fashions. We also offer seasonal attire to celebrate all major holidays. Getting ready for the big game? Yeah, we have you covered there too. We also carry all the items you'll ever need to complete your ensemble. Bella Chic Boutique. Look good, feel good, dress good.
So Sudbury, located at 617 Parson Road in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is your one-stop shop for everything purple and gold. The Spirit Store has all things in every sport. Do you need new gear with the new community logos? So Sudbury has you covered. They have the new logos on all items and anything else you can imagine. So Sudbury, when it comes to quality, it must be so. So Sudbury, located at 617 Parson Road in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is your one-stop shop for everything purple and gold. The Spirit Store has all things in every sport. Do you need new gear with the new community logos? So Sudbury has you covered. They have the new logos on all items and anything else you can imagine. So Sudbury, when it comes to quality, it must be so.
So we'd like to welcome everyone back into the Roger Kent Brothers Gymnasium here in Unionville, Tennessee, where our halftime score is all community. The Viqueens lead it over the Forrest Lady Rockets 25-10. To update you again in the standings, Cascade in the district with a record of 6-1. They've wrapped up that top spot, but second, third, and fourth still in question, as Loretto is 4-2, Summertown 3-3, Community 3-4. And Forrest at the bottom spot there at 0-6. Meanwhile, to update you, apparently the roster that I was given was when the ladies would have been in the blue uniforms. They are doing a blackout tonight, so a few swaps. So I think we had everybody correct other than 20 is indeed Sadie Smith. And the mystery character number 35 is Alyssa Duval. So hopefully we'll keep all those straight, as I had them memorized a little differently before we came in, but we'll adjust. So we are here in the third quarter as the Lady Rockets have possession of the basketball. As number 4, that being Warner, had it at the top of the key, gave off to Stallnecker. Then she stopped just short in the paint as she hands off to number 20, that being Sadie Smith. And now they swing it around. Stallnecker with it again. She'll bring it at the top of the key. Thought about the three-pointer. Did she travel? Yes, sir. So Smith with a few extra steps there and is called for the turnover. 7:28 to go here in the third. We are just underway on senior night, celebrating our senior band members, basketball players, cheerleaders, and so forth. And, of course, the lone basketball player for the Viqueens, the senior Anna Haskins, who currently has the basketball. Nice look down to Smith. He'll swing it around. Three-pointer! And that one off the back of the rim as Chapel Hill will come away with it. As bringing it across the timeline is number 20, and now the three-pointer will not go, as Smith had dumped it off to a teammate and trying to climb back in it with a few long shots. But that one out of bounds, and they will retain possession. Getting it down low, nice move, puts it up, yes, counted in the foul. As Smith gets that one to go down. And the foul, I believe, is going to be on Anna Haskins. So the third one on the senior, as Smith will toe the mark and try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And that one off the back of the iron, but the ball is loose. Picked up by Stallnecker. She'll drive down. Nice move on Maddie Maxey and puts it up off the window. And Coach Pierce will call a timeout. So 25-14 is our score. You're watching Viqueen basketball on the Ball Network. So welcome back in. 6:51 to go here in the third. As Community does have possession, but maybe going through the motions, if you will, to start the quarter. So Coach Pierce going to settle them in. As Pearson with it at the top, gives over to Yos. Yos now picks up the dribble, gives it to Maddie Maxey, who was looking for White, as she keeps drawing the double team down to the block. Now Hill drives, puts it up, and that one too hard off the glass. And the infraction called down low. It's going to be against somebody in White. And Pearson will pick up her second foul, as we have Pearson, White, Yos, Hill, and Maxey. As Forrest has the basketball. And I hate to say it, The community, again, has not woke up since we came out of the locker room, as that one's going to go down. 25-16 is the score. So the free throw attempt is up and good. And they have cut into the lead. It is 25-17 as Maxey will bring it across. And was going to try to leave it for Hill, as that one is tipped, knocked away, but luckily made it into the hands of Hill. Pearson thought about that long three, and then she'll give it over to Yos, and they'll settle things down. Definitely seeing a little bit of a different reaction from the girls with having Haskins over on the bench with 3 fouls, as Maxey will swing it across to Pearson. Now Hill with it as Yos flashes into the paint, and she'll swing it around. Pearson thought better of it, and they'll bounce it back out, but that one's stolen away up off the glass. Oh, it won't go as Stallnecker misses the easy one. And back with it is Maxey. Maxey, I thought she traveled, but is fouled on the way up. And the fans in front of me wanted that travel call, but instead we will have Maddie Maxey go to the line as the foul is on Smith, and that is her second. So Maxey will toe the mark, and the free throw will not go home. So still clinging to the 8-point lead. The sophomore, second attempt, yes. So the score now 26-17. Pope's got it. She'll swing it over to Brown. Brown has it at the top of the key and now working her way on the motion. There's a three-pointer, and that one will not go. That one by number 20, Sadie Smith. And as they battle for the rebound, a foul is called, and it will belong to the Viqueens. So Stallnecker, I believe, with her third, if I'm counting correctly. And that would be big, as Chapel Hill does not want to get that young lady in foul trouble. Pearson, left wing, gets it up top. Yos, nice look down low. Ball movement, but Hill just could not contain it, as it was thrown a little too far to her left. It goes out of bounds. Turnover. So the sloppy play and the team being lackadaisical is continuing as we go under 5 minutes. And that one knocked away by White momentarily, but then she reached over. No foul is called as Pope regains it. Pope blocked, as that one, I believe, was somewhat of a half pass, half shot, but White got her paw on it. And now a foul called against the Lady Rockets. As Pope will pick up only her second foul, but she will come out of the basketball game. So back in will be number 35, that being Alyssa Duval. So again, my apologies in the first half. Did not realize they were going to be swapping uniforms on me. So Yos has it on the right wing. She'll swing it over to Hill. Hill at the top of the key as White came up to the elbow, and now a foul called on that far side of the court. And the foul going to be called on number 20. That's Sadie Smith. I believe that is her third. So they've got Dillon with 4, Smith with 3, and Stallnecker with 3 as a nice pass down low. White never looked for the basket. And now a travel. And I think Coach Pierce upset. White possibly had a shot there, just never looked to shoot the basketball. So 4:25 now here in the third, 26-17, as Community just can't seem to pull away here, as that one was given high to the ball. And a foul called. And that one going to be called on White. So the second one on Alyssa White is she'll come out. And now that is 4 team fouls on both squads, as we're going to roll with Pridmore and Hill, as that three will not go. Pearson, Maxey, and Yos. So the jump ball in the possession area will belong to the home squad. 4:09 to go now in the third, as Brooklyn Yos will inbound. And absolutely no pressure at all coming from Forrest full court wise. Hill has it on the left. Now she'll give it over to Yos. She'll swing it across. Maddie Maxey, three-pointer. And that one off the back of the iron. The ball knocked away, but Yo's able to contain it, and that pass intercepted as Stolnecker picks that one off, and a foul is called before she can get the shot off. That will not count, as the fan is saying, I have fans standing up in front of me saying count the basket. So Stolnecker will go to the free throw line as the foul is called on Maddie Maxey. That is her second. As the free throw by Bailey goes. And in my opinion, good foul by Maxey. Don't give her the easy shot. Make her at least earn the 2 points. So the first free throw rattles home. And the second one by Bailey Stolnecker goes as well. So she still gets her 2 points. And Coach Wild will call a timeout. We'll take the break with him. 3:47 to go here in the third. You're watching Viqueens basketball on the Ball Network. So welcome back in Unionville, Tennessee with the district matchup, the Community Viqueens against the Forrest Lady Rockets. 26-19 is our score as Community will have possession coming out of the break as Yos will hand over to Maxey. We also have Pearson, Pridmore, and Haskins back in for the Viqueens as they'll swing that one over, and Pearson just simply took her eyes off of it as it goes out of bounds. Turnover. So exactly what we did not want coming out of the timeout. As they will give off to Stolnecker. She drives, blows past everybody, puts it up. That is going to be on the floor. And I don't know if I agree with that one. And now the fans off to the left of me really not happy with the call. So the foul on the junior Morgan Pridmore, that is her first infraction. As Stolnecker has spent a lot of time here in the third quarter from the free throw line, as Alyssa White will check in for the aforementioned Pridmore. And now Stolnecker for her second attempt as she's making a living from the charity stripe. And the second one is good as well. So the score 26-21. The Lady Rockets have gone on quite an impressive run. They have cut it to 5 as Yos has it, gives off to Pearson. Someone needs to step up and put the ball in the hoop. Maxey with it. She'll simply hand off to Haskins. Haskins drives in the paint. And now they finally get it to Maxey on the right wing. Thought they were going to get it to White down low. Maxey with it. Still looking. Yos. And they'll back it out. Thought they may try to go to the other side. They finally do. Pearson long three. Bottom! We needed someone to step up, and Pearson says, I'll put it down. The score, 29-21. So a big-time shot by the sophomore as Duval has it way out of her element beyond the arc. They'll quickly give it to Smith, and now a foul. That's offensive foul is going to be called on number 35, Alyssa Duval. Coach Wild does not obviously agree with that one. So Community will have the basketball, leading by 8. And was something said? Yes, a technical foul has been called. I'm assuming that's going to be against Coach Wild over to my left, as the official will make his way over to the scores table, and he's explaining that's only disadvantage to being way up here and not down near the scores table, as you do not get to hear the explanation from the officials. As Haskins will toe the mark, and the free throw, yes. So back out to the 9-point lead, 2:29 to go here in the third. as the senior puts that one home, and the score 31-21, back to the double-digit lead. And, of course, we will have possession of the basketball as Maxey will inbound on the far side of the court, gives to Yos. Yos over to Pearson. Pearson now will swing it to Maxey, and they'll set things up as she'll simply hand off to Brooklyn Yos. Now she'll come across to Savannah Pearson, who gives to Anna Haskins, who thought about going baseline. Pearson was shoved, no foul call. They get it to a wide-open Maxey, who elects to not take the shot, as Yos finds Haskins. Pearson, three-pointer, and that one, bang! That one goes down, and a timeout will be called. Well, the officials are off to my left. I thought a timeout was called. Is that the case? I'm waiting, Mr. Official. And I'm not sure what the stoppage in play was. So my apologies. We stopped there. I'm not sure what the reasoning was, but the score 34-21. As Brown has it over to Duval. Now Duval to Stallnecker. Now they'll give it to Smith. Smith back over to Duval. Duval now gives it to Brown. And now to Smith over on the right wing. Smith now will swing it to Brown. And they just cannot seem to get anything in the paint. They're looking and hunting, but just cannot find it as they keep going further and further back. As finally there's a drive, kick, and I believe, well, she was fouled as Stallnecker was going along the baseline. Thought she may have stepped out of bounds, but the foul called first as the official deemed that she was forced out of bounds. So Maxey picks up her third infraction. As again, the culprit, Stallnecker, will step to the line. And that free throw is good. The score now 34-22. So Maxey will come out with those three fouls, and number 14, Madison Hill, the sophomore, will check in. So we've got Yos, Hill, White, Pearson, and Flanagan. As Haskins will have a seat once more. And that free throw rattles home. The score 34-23. So Hill now will bring it across. Yos with it. Quickly, Flanagan, three-pointer. And that one rattles out. And now a swinging of the elbow and a foul going to be called. As I believe it is on Hill. That will be the fifth as both teams are in the bonus now. And indeed that is on Madison Hill. So the first foul on the sophomore as Smith will toe the mark. Finally a different face for Forrest at the free throw line, and that one has just enough to climb over the front of the rim. And the second one rattles home as well. So Smith able to knock down both as we approach the 1 minute mark. 34-25 is our score as Yos has it. And looking low down to White. Nice look. Puts it up. And yes! The kiss! Off the glass. 36-25. As they look over to Coach Wild. And finally get the sign. Driving down, and I thought that one was blocked, but apparently some contact was made. So 46 seconds to go. And again, Forrest will shoot free throws as Hill picks up her second foul. And number 5, Dillon, will go to the line as that one hits the back of the iron and then has enough on it to fall. Allie Dillon, kudos to her. She has played tremendously after picking up 4 fouls early in this contest. So she has gone the entire third quarter and still has not picked up that 5th foul. So kudos to that young lady. As the score 36-27, as Forrest will not go away. They keep climbing within 7 to 9 points. But luckily we are making them keep their distance. Yos has it, 25 seconds now. Flanagan with it, and she'll give it to Pearson. Pearson had Hill that was cutting back door towards the basket, but I think we're in no hurry as we obviously are holding for this last shot. 10 seconds now, and Stallnecker came up trying to deflect the pass, and a foul going to be called, and that's going to cost them 2 attempts at the line by Madison Hill. So Stallnecker with her 4th. So the Lady Rockets in a little bit of foul trouble as Dillon and Stallnecker both have 4, and Sadie Smith with 3, as Hill cannot get that one to go home. And into the contest, number 23, that is Sienna Borba, the junior. We saw a little bit more of her when we played the game over at Forrest High School, and she has not been into the contest and not been much of a factor tonight. Hill, the second attempt, and that one will not go, as Chapel Hill going to have a stab at it. 8 seconds to go. Borba with it. She'll give off as they're going to drive down. Nice screen set. Oh, and they cannot get it to go off the glass as Allie Dillon came off a screen that was set high. All she had to do was put it off the glass. Couldn't complete it. And that will bring us to the end of the third. So the score, 36-27. You're watching Viqueens basketball on the Ball Network.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you belong. It's your people, your school, and your community. That's why I'm proud to support our community Vikings and Viqueens this season. Even if I can't shoot like them, I can still sell your house.
So we're about to get the fourth quarter action underway. Again, looking at the district standings and not going to get into all the tiebreaker situations, but Loretto and Summertown ahead of Community with records of 4-2 and Summertown being 3-3. If Summertown happened to lose both of their last district games and finished at 3-5, tonight would be very important for us. We would finish 4-4, and we would leapfrog them for that third place spot. But it just depends on who you're wanting to play in that district tournament, whoever you're wanting to draw first. But then you would avoid the play-in game between the 4th seed and the 5th seed. So we won't know things until we get a little bit further into the season, possibly by Friday night. So Brown will give it off to Stallnecker. Stallnecker will swing it across, and I thought that was a travel. Yes, sir. So a turnover against Chapel Hill, as number 20, Sadie Smith took a little bit of a shuffle with the feet. So Maxey will hand off to Pearson. Yos, White, and Haskins, the starting 5 back in for Community. As Yos now will leave it for Haskins. Haskins drives. She'll kick it over to Pearson. Pearson with it at the top of the key, looking low down to White. Puts it up as well. I thought had an opportunity to put it up because Duval was down there in the paint snoozing. We did not take advantage as Pearson now was going to leave it for Yos. Picks up her dribble, gets it out to Maxey. They'll swing it across. Haskins three-pointer. Bottom! Anna Haskins, the senior, buries that one from downtown. And the score, 39-27, as we go under the 7-minute mark here in the contest. Brown with it. She'll leave it off for Smith. Now they'll get it at the top of the key. Dillon had it momentarily. Now three-pointer to answer. And that one too strong. But Brown, nice rebound down low. Keeps it alive. Duval tries to put it off the glass. Can't get it to go. But she'll draw contact and go to the line. So White with her third foul. And, of course, the first team foul of the fourth quarter, as Alyssa Duval cannot get that one to go down. Again, want to thank everybody for tuning into the broadcast. Always want to thank our sponsors for making this possible as we bring the game to you tonight, senior night from Unionville, as Duval couldn't get that one to go either. And the score, 39-27. Timeout, head coach Cody Pierce. And we'll take the break with him. You're watching Viqueens basketball on the Ball Network. So welcome back in. 6:34 to go here in the contest. 39-27 is our score. Forrest was able to dwindle the lead down to 5, but since then we have woke back up and have things going. Maxey with it over to Pearson. Haskins was going to try to go backside, but thought better of it, stayed down in the corner. Maxey with it on the right wing. She'll swing it all the way across. Haskins, head fake, drives baseline, puts it up, drew some contact, won't go. Rebound, White gets it out to Maxey. They'll swing it across. Yo's three, bottom! The ball moving so fast, can't even keep up with it. Great ball movement as Yo's puts that one down. And then Haskins, they called. The official came over to the scores table and motion number 3. And, of course, there's not a 3 in there for Forrest. Not sure what that was about. As that one put up off the back of the iron won't go. So Smith cannot connect for Forrest. And back come the Viqueens. Leaving it for Yo's. Thought about another 3. And they'll swing it around. Pearson. Haskins. Haskins back over to Brooklyn Yo's. Maddie Maxey with it as they'll go around the horn, and now Haskins, nice look to White, puts it up. Yes! The kiss off the glass. And the score, 44-27. Stallnecker with it as she'll drive down, cut off by Pearson, and a travel, yes. As Duval will check back in for the Rockets, Pope will have a seat now. 5:13 to go in the contest. As Community has finally taken control of this one, a couple of big shots by Yo's and Pearson has widened the mark to 44-27. As Yo's now with it, swings it across. Maxey, Pearson. Now back to Maxey. White trying to gain possession down on the block as they swing it all the way across court, and now they do get it to, well, it was overthrown. White couldn't keep up with it. Stallnecker with it back for the Lady Rockets. Stallnecker drives, and offensive foul. So that one called on Stallnecker. That will actually be her 5th. So she has fouled out of the contest, and now into the basketball game is number 23, the junior Sienna Borba. So they ran into a brick wall as Pearson stood her ground. And Stallnecker called for her last infraction as 4:30 now remains in the contest. 44-27, and arguably the Lady Rockets' best player now out of the contest. As things grow a little stagnant, Coach Pierce will call a timeout. We'll take the break. 44-27 the score. You're watching Viqueen basketball on the Ball Network.
Bella Chic Boutique, located at 300 North Britton Street in Shelbyville, Tennessee, offers fabulous style with all the latest fashions. We also offer seasonal attire to celebrate all major holidays. Getting ready for the big game? Yeah, we have you covered there too. We also carry all the items you'll ever need to complete your ensemble. Bella Chic Boutique. Look good, feel good, dress good.
So 4:24 to go as Maddie Maxey will inbound for the Viqueens. Appreciate everybody joining in on the broadcast. Again, want to thank our sponsors. I like to be a little bit sharper as I apologize. Did not know that Chapel Hill was going to have the blackout uniforms. As Pearson, wide open 3. Bottom! So the broadcast tonight may not have been as sharp, so my apologies. I don't like to come into this unprepared. but did not see that one coming as Brown tries to answer with a three-pointer, won't go. Rebound underneath, that shot is missed, and now a travel called on Haskins as it will belong to Forrest High School. So 47-27 the score, as Chapel Hill will inbound under the basket. Nice look there to Smith, puts it up, won't go. Rebound Pearson. And are we going to have a tie-up called? We do. It's going to belong to Community anyways. So 3:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. A happy senior night for Anna Haskins as her squad leads it by 20 as they give it to Haskins, and she travels as she went for a head fake and was going to go baseline. Now keep in mind, if we do play the play-in game, if we finish as the 4th seed in the district, according to Coach Pierce, spoke to him earlier last week, we would host that play-in game, so it would be the same 2 teams, as that three-pointer will not go for number 23 Borba, but it would be these same 2 teams here again at Unionville. So this would be the last home game of the regular season, but may not be the last home game period for the season. Of course, if anyone is unaware, the district tournament will actually be held over with our neighbors at Cascade. So 3:24 to go in this one. And all we can do is win our game tonight and then let the chips fall where they may and see where they land. As a three-point attempt, and she has fouled on the attempt as Haskins gets a piece of Smith. So that will be the 4th foul on the senior. So the free throw attempt, that one goes home. And Sadie Smith will attempt the second free throw. That one's good, and she'll get one more as Warner will check out, and back into the ball game will be number 5, Allie Dillon, the freshman. So Dillon has played impressive, in my opinion, as that one goes home. So Sadie Smith makes the best of it, 3 for 3, and the score 47-30. So Maddie Maxey will bring it across the timeline. Yo's looking, and that one made its way to Haskins, luckily, as that one was deflected by a Lady Rocket. Pearson with it. Over to Maxey. Had the opportunity and threw it behind Haskins, who was cutting towards the basket. So we have it way out on the perimeter. Finally, Pearson drives, kicks it. Yos. And she'll simply just swing it back, a little bit of keep away, if you will, as Haskins has it. And now she's got it back out to Maddie Maxey as we've dwindled it down to 2:30. And that one thrown a little bit off to the left. Haskins could not handle it as it goes out of bounds. Turnover. So the Lady Rockets will have it as we have creeped under the 2:30 mark. As Dillon will look over to head coach John Wild and get the signal as she leaves it for Duvall. And now the aforementioned Coach Wild will call a timeout. So we'll take a quick break. 2:18 to go in this one. Comfortable lead. You're watching Viqueens basketball on the Ball Network. So welcome back in. A quick three-point attempt by Forrest goes off the mark. That one being attempted by number 20, Sadie Smith. So as that one goes out of bounds, it will belong to Community. 17-point lead for the ladies in purple and gold. As Haskins has it, swings it to Pearson. And Pearson will simply just run over and throw it into the backcourt as Dillon gives chase. Didn't have to, as I believe it would have been a turnover. And now the official points and says it belongs to Community, as several people in front of me and off to my left disagree. As Maxey picks up her dribble. 1:43 now to go here in the fourth. Maxey to Yos. Haskins. And Pearson with it at the top, as we're simply just going to try to dwindle down as much time as we can. Yos, almost had it, as that one was thrown a little bit too deep, and Duvall was able to pick that one off as she gives it to Smith. Turn around, high off the glass, won't go. Rebound is loose in the lane, and a foul is called. And who is the infraction on, Mr. Official? It is on Maddie Maxey. So the fourth foul on Maxey, as it's only the third team foul of the quarter. As it's inbounded to Brown, she'll give off to number 5, Dillon. And she'll give it to Duval at the elbow of the free throw line. Brown, a three-pointer, and that one off the iron. Rebound is going to stay with Chapel Hill, as Smith will come around and picks up her dribble. Hands off to Dillon. Now they'll get it down to Borba. And she's bottled up and stolen away. Maxey with a turnover, as we have gone under the 1 minute mark. Maddie Maxey will swing it over to Yos. Yos now to Maxey. Haskins with it down in the right-hand corner. 30 seconds is all that remains in this contest, as Community still with a 17-point lead, and someone got a little too handsy as Pearson draws the foul. And that one is going to be on Sadie Smith. That is her fourth infraction with 26 seconds left. So the inbound to Pearson. So the Viqueens, again, as far as the district standings go, they came into this one and just needed to take care of business, and then they will let the rest work its way out, as Friday night we will travel, and it will be a non-district game at Clay County, as we are under 10 seconds. The final few seconds ticking off as Pearson will back it out. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a winner! So the final score, Viqueens win it 47-30. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. Be sure to join us Friday night as we will travel to Clay County for the regular season finale. That start time will be 6 o'clock for the ladies. So again, your final score, Viqueens win it 47-30 on senior night. For Bill Knowles on the camera, I'm David Knowles. We thank you for your time this time. Until next time, you've been watching Community Basketball on the Ball Network.